Hello there. It's Adrian. Long time no see, actually. It hasn't really been a long time since we last spoke, but I haven't filmed an episode like this, like a mini podcast kind of style, in a long time because, as you guys know, I've been doing videos, and I remember this is what I first started with. And as you guys already know, I've been working a lot lately, and I haven't gotten any time to be able to film actual videos, and I've tried my best to make the video format work, but again, I work really long hours, and with the environments that I work in, it's just not possible for me to be able to film videos lately. And it's either I don't post anything or I just come back to my roots of doing mini podcast, I guess, and just doing audio format and doing the episodes like this. And I guess this is what we're gonna be doing for this month. And yeah, I'm not mad about that. I wish I could film videos, but it is what it is. We always gotta work with what we have. But anyways, I hope you're doing it. I hope you're having a great day so far. I mean, I'm okay. It's really early right now. It's 5 a.m. before work, so I was like, I have time right now, so let's film an episode. But anyways, hello everyone. It's Adrian, and you're welcome. Welcome back to the channel where I talk about my unfiltered thoughts and opinions that nobody asked for. And if that sounds like something that you're into, like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get right into today's episode. As you've seen from the title, today we're going to be talking about social media and whether it has ruined our lives or not. And I think we already know the answer to this. And the answer is yes. Yes, it has ruined our lives, but let's talk about this. Let's break this whole thing down. And this is a topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a while because it's just something that I'm like, I find the internet and just social media in general so fascinating. And it's not even about it being like that fascinating, it's the fact that it's now something that has been integrated in our day-to-day life. Like, there is no escaping it. Even me myself, being the kind of person that really does not like social media, I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not like it. I don't like it. I do not. But also somehow still has to come on here and post these episodes and stuff. It's kind of like it might come off as it might come off hypocritical a bit because it's like, Adrian, what do you mean you do not like social media, but also you have a whole freaking YouTube channel? But like, this is where I come to talk about my unfiltered thoughts and opinions that nobody asked for. I could easily choose to keep these opinions to myself, which I did for a really long time, but then I was like, you know what, no, why should I do that if I can actually put these things and these thoughts and opinions out there and share them with the world, and I guess try to figure out what everybody else thinks. So here I am. But yeah, again, it's something that we already know the answer to, and that is yes, it has ruined our lives. But I really think, most especially when it comes to the relationships that we have with ourselves and other people, I think social media has just like completely destroyed that. You know what I mean? Like, it has completely destroyed that. And something that I wanted to talk about is a situation where a few days ago I was talking to a friend. We were just like catching up, and I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm sure I've shared this with you before. But I do not post stuff on social media. By post stuff, I mean is post stuff about my personal life. I really do not, you know? I don't post stories about where I'm going, if I'm traveling or not, what I'm up to. I do not. I keep my life to myself. I am not the kind of person to give updates on social media of what I'm doing. Like, there is nothing. If you were to stalk my social media, first of all, it's on private. it's on private. My personal social media is on private. The ones that are public are the social media that I guess I post self reflection episodes on. Self reflection is basically this channel, in case you didn't know. That is it. My personal social media is very much on private, and even if it's on private, I still do not post anything personal on there. It's really, really rare for me to post anything about my life on social media, and if you were to go on there, you pretty much wouldn't get anything. So for that reason, my friends don't know anything about my life. I mean, they're my friends, we're close, but if I don't come out here and tell them what I'm up to, what city I'm in, if I'm traveling or not, what I've been doing lately, and basically uh, catch them up on what I'm doing, they will not know what is happening. So I was just like catching up with my friends, telling them what I'm up to and what they're up to and all that kind of stuff. And something just hit me, and I think something that we've really lost in this day and age of social media is the art of catching up with loved ones, friends, and family, because most people now post on social media. They post on social media and their stories, what they're up to. They post about their relationships, what they're going through, if they're traveling or not, their jobs, basically everything. Basically everything. And I am not one of those people. But I know my friends, most of them, if not all, post about their lives. And this is not to judge anyone, but I just feel like now we've lost the plot of life and just social media in general, because now people post everything. People post every single thing on social media, and again, I'm not here to judge anyone, but I feel like we've lost the plot, and we've lost the art of catching up with loved ones, because now we can just go on somebody's stories and just see what they're up to. We can see if they're sad, happy, having a good day, or having a bad day. We can see if they're traveling or not. We can see if they are in relationships or not, or if they broke up with their significant other, all of that kind of stuff. You can even see what they ate for breakfast or lunch. And to me, that is really weird, and it kind of is dystopian, because it's crazy how we can know what somebody's up to without actually talking to them, and that's kind of like creepy to me. When I watch other people, and the funny thing is, I do not watch other people. I do not watch my friends' stories. They're there. It's quite easy for me to just click on the stories and see what they're up to, but I refuse to do it. I refuse to watch the stories of my friends, and they know this, because some of them have asked me about it. Like, do you ever view our stories? Because you ask questions about my life. Like, I just posted about that a few days ago. Like, dude, I do not watch your stories. I do not. The same way that I do not post stories about my life and what I'm doing is the same way that I do not watch stories about my friends, not because I can't. I can. I can easily click on their, I don't know, profile and just like view what they're up to, but I choose not to. I choose not to, because I want to be able to talk to them and ask them what they're up to, and then tell me what they're doing and what they're up to. I want to be able to hang out with them and talk to them in real life and basically catch up. I think that's what forces us to uh, go on a call for like an hour and just like talk or hang out in real life and talk about life in person and basically catch up, which I feel like is something that we're slowly, not slowly, I feel like it's something that we've already lost as a society, because people just share everything on their social media. You can just go on their social media, you can just go on their profile and on their little stories and see that. And I do not like that, and that is one of the reasons why I don't share anything about my life, about my personal life on social media. If you're my friend and you're a loved one, family, or friend, and you want to know what I'm up to, call me. you know if you don't call me or text me and ask me about what I'm up to, I am not gonna share about it on social media. I'm not. Maybe sometimes, maybe once in a blue moon, on here on YouTube, and I'm sharing these episodes, then maybe you can, I guess, have an idea of what I'm up to. But outside of this, no, you're not gonna know what I'm up to. you're not gonna be able to know what I'm basically doing or what I'm up to. Even here, I still limit the amount of things that I share in a way, because if you want to know something about me and what I'm doing, call me, ask me to hang out. Then we will catch up and basically share, and I will tell you all these things that I'm doing, and you'll do the same. And I feel like it's something that we've lost as a society, that art of just catching up and going on a 1 hour long phone call with a loved one and basically talk and ask questions about what they're up to and catch up or hang out and meet at a cafe or restaurant and just like talk about life. We've lost that. We've lost that, and we continue to lose it. And something that I refuse to do it. I refuse to share about my personal life and what I'm currently going through on my freaking stories. If you want me to tell you about what I'm up to, call me. Come to my house, ask me to hang out, which I know if I want to know things about you and your life and what you're up to, I will for sure ask you to hang out. And the second point is not even a secret at this point. We all know this, and that is comparison. People cannot stop comparing themselves to others on social media. Or you just met $1,000. Oh, well, there is some 12-year-old out there on social media that just made $100,000. You just made you just got your first $100,000, your salary. There is somebody who makes that in a freaking day. You think you have a nice little cozy house. Oh, there's somebody who has a much better, a much bigger house. You think you have nice clothes. There is somebody who have way better clothes that are way more expensive and branded and all these kind of things. You think your relationship is good, or just wait until you see somebody else's girlfriend and how pretty she is and smart and intelligent and charming and all these things. And again, the comparison game never stops. It never stops, no matter what you do. You think you're doing good. You think you have your little high school diploma, degree, or whatever. Somebody just got their masters or whatever on social media. Again, the comparison game never stops. If you're constantly scrolling and scrolling on social media, whether that be Instagram or TikTok, I don't know what social media you're using, but there is always somebody out there who has way better. And it never stops. It never stops. That's why I always feel like it's just so important to be self-aware of yourself, of when you're just like consuming too much junk and media that you really don't need to be consuming on the internet and comparing yourselves to other people. And something that I've talked about here before is that I do not compare myself to other people on social media. And that's not because I'm on it. Well, first of all, I do limit my time on social media. But the second thing is, what other people are doing is none of my business. I don't need to know if somebody has way more money than me, or is like traveling more than I am, or has a bigger house, or has better this or better that. I just do not want to know. I do not watch other people. I'm telling you right now, it's not like I never watch other people. Yes, sometimes I find myself scrolling, and I guess on somebody's profile, not somebody that I know, but just like a random person, and watching them and asking myself like, oh damn, they really have it way better than I do. But then it's always so easy for me to kind of like catch myself and be like, dude, stop it. You don't know what their life is like in real life. And if they have it better or worse than you do, that is none of your business. It's none of your business. Go find something to do. This is your life. You're doing good. And if you have all these areas that you're not doing good at, you will do better. What other people are doing is absolutely none of your business. And I want this to be ingrained in your mind, in your subconscious. What other people are doing is none of your business. Everybody is on a different journey. Everybody has different advantages and opportunities. We're all not the same. We can all have the same things. And everybody's lives are going to look different. And everybody's chapters are gonna look different. So stop with the comparison game. Stop it. Just stop. Stop. If you're gonna limit the amount of time that you spend on your social media or unfollow all these people that you follow, if anyone that you follow makes you feel less than or like you're not doing enough, freaking unfollow them right now. It doesn't matter who they are. If it's me, unsubscribe. If it's me, unfollow, unsubscribe. I do not care. I'm supposed to be making you feel good, and I guess helping you self-reflect and I guess question yourself and just be better. I'm not here to make you question your worth or make you feel like you're not doing enough. If I'm doing that, if anyone is making you feel like you're not doing enough, unfollow them right now. I do not care who they are. Unfollow them. And don't even get me started on the questioning ourselves and constantly questioning ourselves every freaking second of the day. You think you're doing good, or there is somebody out there who's doing better. You think you have it good, there is someone who has more. But also something that we fail to understand is that, well, yeah, there are people who have more, but why don't we look at the people who have less and maybe use that to, I guess, self-reflect and be aware of the fact that we're also really, really fortunate. Why are we always looking up and who has it better than us? Why don't we ask ourselves, like, oh, there's somebody out there who has less than I do. There's somebody out there who doesn't have a roof over their head. They don't have food. They don't have an education. They don't have proper clean clothes. They don't have proper shoes. They don't have access to the internet, or they don't have a cell phone. It doesn't matter what it is. Why don't we use that instead and I guess compare ourselves that way and use that as a self-reflection, as I guess a moment of self-reflection, and so that we can be able to, I guess, be grateful for what we have. Why don't we do that instead? But we're always constantly looking at what somebody has or who has it better than us. Like, dude, stop. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. I know I'm doing good. I know I'm not doing that, but yet still, I still catch myself doing that. And I still have to come back to myself and be like, no, 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 Adrian, you need to stop. You need to stop. This is not helpful. This is not going to help you right now. You need to stop. And I've gone way, way, way better at that. And just like catching myself and reminding myself, you're better than that. What other people are doing is none of your business. That's none of your business. What somebody else is doing is none of your business. Mind your own business. This is your life. Focus on your journey. What other people are doing is absolutely none of your business. Mind your own business, But then we have the oversharing part where people feel like they have to share every single thing that they do. I've always felt this pressure to, I guess, share what I'm doing, or if I do something cool, or when I'm traveling, or all these things, to feel like I have to post to show people what I'm doing or how cool I am. Like, dude, nobody cares. I know people care, but also they do not. Like, nobody cares, You can go ahead and do all these other things that you consider cool and not have or feel this need or pressure to share that. It's so insane. Even me, somebody who doesn't share a lot about my life on social media or post all these stories of what I'm doing and what I'm up to, other than, I guess, work related stuff, because I have to sell some stuff, and then I guess I have to put that on my stories if anyone is interested. But still, I still catch myself feeling this pressure to post something and share it if I'm doing something that is considered, I guess, cool by society. I still feel this immense pressure to post about it and share it. And it's like, dude, no, I don't have to share it. I don't have to share anything. Why am I feeling this pressure in the first place? Because I know I do not care, but I guess that pressure is this thing that is coming from the outside. I guess with some of my friends, where I would do certain things and they'll tell me, oh God, why don't you post about this? Like, this is so cool. And it's like, dude, I don't need to post about it. I don't need to. Let me just do my own thing. Let me live my own life. I don't have to share anything. People now just overshare every single detail about their lives, what they ate, where they're going for vacation, who they're dating. And it's like, dude, please give me a break. Give me a break. And I think this is why most of the time I don't always know what is going on out there. Whether it's like in just in the entertainment industry, even with the people in my real life, whether that's friends and loved ones, because again, I do not know what you're up to because I'm not gonna watch your stories. I'm not. If I have any questions, I'm gonna call you. We're gonna hop on a call and we're gonna be able to catch up, or we're gonna hang out. We're gonna go for coffee or lunch, and we're gonna be able to talk and catch up. Or you're gonna come to my house, or I'm gonna come to your house, and we're gonna catch up on what we're both doing. But with the whole oversharing thing, I don't want to know what other people are up to, and I most definitely do not want to share what I'm up to. If you want to know what I'm up to, come ask me. Let's go. Let's hop on a call. Let's hang out, and I'll tell you what I'm up to. Personally, what I have done to fix that, or at least just like move through this weird phase, move through this digital phase that we're in, or that the world is in right now, I guess, to still keep my serenity, I do not watch other people's stories. I do not. If I want to know something about my friends or family or what they're up to, I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna text them and ask them what they're up to, how they're doing, and all that kind of stuff. I will hop in a call with them. I will ask them to hang out. That's it. I do not watch my friends' stories. I do not. And I know they know this, but I really do not. I don't care to watch the stories, and it's not because I don't care about them, but I want to be able to call them and hang out with them and ask them what they're up to, and that's it. I do not watch other people's stories. I'm not saying that I don't ever watch people's stories. Maybe once in a while you catch me looking at somebody's stories, but 99% of the time I do not. But I'm not saying that I never do. Maybe sometimes I do, but majority of the times I do not watch people's stories. If I want to know something about them, I will ask them. I will text them, call them, hang out with them, and that's it. That's kind of like my way of dealing with that. Not only that, but I also just like I refuse to, instead of like watching what other people are doing and basically comparing myself to them and what I'm doing or not doing enough, and just like wasting all this time feeling sorry for myself, what I just do, I just replace that with self-reflection like this. When I'm doing these episodes, yes, I'm talking to you, but I'm also talking to myself. This is why this, I guess, mini podcast is called self-reflection. In case you didn't know, it is called self-reflection because it's a moment for me to be able to sit with myself and self-reflect, not only with you guys and remind you guys about all these kind of topics, but also remind myself like, hey, you need to work on this, you need to work on that, this, you're not doing good, maybe you're spending too much time on this, don't do that. Again, this I find it to be really, really helpful. You can also journal about this, or just talk with yourself out loud. I don't know, whatever works best for you, you can do that. But replace you sitting there and just like overthinking and feeling sorry for yourself and comparing yourself to others, with self-reflecting with yourself and doing some self-reflection work and asking yourself what you can just do to, I guess, fix your life or just reach your goals and attain all these things that you want to attain, instead of just like looking behind at who's doing what and what they're not doing and who's doing better. Like, dude, stop. Also, what I do also is just limit my screen time. Oh my God, I do not go on my phone that much. If you see my screen time being high, it's because I'm on here editing videos, filming, posting. That's it. Like, majority of the time that I spend on my phone, I spend it creating. I don't spend it consuming content. Not that I don't ever consume content. Yes, of course I do sometimes, but majority of it I spend it creating instead of consuming. And I think you should be doing that. Limit your screen time, and if it's high, make sure that it's about your job or something that you do, and not just about you consuming and consuming and consuming. Like, that's a cycle that never ends. Consume, I guess, not consume, create more than you consume. And when it comes to the oversharing part, I am not the kind of person to overshare anyway, so you will never really catch me oversharing about my life. I feel like the most that I've ever shared about myself is on this channel. Here, you cannot find this kind of information anywhere, and this is just me talking about my thoughts and opinions, and that's it. But other than that, you will never catch me oversharing about my personal lives and my relationships and all these things. No, I'm just not the kind of person to overshare, so it's not something that I have a hard time with. I'm just not the kind of person to overshare, so I don't post much about my life. And if you're somebody who struggles with that and struggles with oversharing, instead of you posting something that you just did, how about you make a spam account? You can post every single thing that you're doing on the spam account. If you feel this urge to share what you're doing, you can not, instead of going to your main account, you can go to your spam account and just post it there, just to, like, I guess, get it out. Because to most people, it's an addiction. It's just become an addiction at some point. And if you just feel that urge to share and just hit post, create a spam account and you can post it, put it on private, and you can post whatever you want on there and nobody can see it. You can just put it on there. And if you don't want to do that, buy a journal and just journal about all the things that you do. Share it with yourself. Because why do you always feel this need for other people to know what you're up to and what you're doing? I guess you can share with your friends and family. That's okay. That's normal. But create a spam account. Create a spam account. It's really going to be helpful. Do that instead. Create a spam account, put it on private, and if you feel the urge to overshare, put it on the spam account. Or you can journal about it. And I just find that to be really, really helpful. And lastly, just do whatever the hell you want. Just do whatever the hell you want. If you want to decorate your house a certain way, do that. Who cares about what somebody else is doing? If you want to dress a certain way, freaking do that. If you want to do this, if you want to date this kind of person, do that. Sometimes you can be dating someone and you think it's going good, then you go on social media and somebody's like, oh, if he's doing this, then it means that he's toxic. If she's doing this, then it means that she's toxic. Blah blah blah. If they're doing this, then it means they're not a good significant other. Like, dude, shut the hell up. Shut up. Or you should wake up at 5 a.m. You should wake up at this time. You should eat this. You should eat that. You should do this for self-improvement. Like, dude, shut the hell up. There is just so much on the internet. And I know I'm one of those people who come on here sometimes and share about my unfiltered thoughts and opinions. But, like, you're here. I didn't force you to be here. You're here because you want to be here and listen to this. If I say anything that offends you or you just don't want to listen to, just don't watch the videos, or don't listen to the mini podcasts, and don't listen to any of the episodes that I put out. You're always allowed to scroll or pause the podcast, the videos. It doesn't matter what it is. You have the freedom to do whatever you want. If you want to go travel to this certain place, do it. Do not let what anybody else does basically influence what you do. At the end of the day, this is your life. It's yours. Do what you want. Most people now don't even have an identity or personality because everyone is just doing the same thing over and over and over again. At this point, it's just like, it's exhausting. Like, please, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want and allow yourself to be your own person. F whatever everybody else is saying or what they're doing. Be your own person. Yes, you might offend some people. Some people might think that you're not cool, or maybe you're weird for moving differently. Like, who cares? Wear whatever you want to wear. Listen to whatever you want to listen to, Watch the kind of movies that you want to watch. Also, speaking of movies, the fact that I'm the kind of person who doesn't like social media, but also I'm an actor, and being an actor, it requires you to be out there and put yourself out there, but also it's not the same. It's different. It's not like I have to be out here oversharing and being myself. I'm playing characters. I've been doing this since I was 6, 7 years old. So that's different. It's different. Yeah, you can be an actor or a musician and like to create and put all this art out there and express yourself and still not like social media. It's very much possible. And I know I'm on here and I do these episodes and do these mini podcasts and post all these videos. And yeah, still, that doesn't mean that I still love it. I do not. I don't. I just don't think it's the healthiest thing. And I always make sure that I limit the amount of stuff that I consume. It doesn't matter what it is. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say for today's episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And let me know about what you guys think. Let me know about you guys' thoughts and opinions down in the comments. If you're new, like and subscribe and join the family. Join the family if you're into these kinds of talks and discussions. Again, that's all I have to say for today's episode. I love you. Take care of yourself. You're loved. I love you. Sending you virtual hugs and kisses. And I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. Oh God, it's freezing. It's really cold. But yeah, I'm at work. I have to do whatever I have to do, but I also have to try my best to make time for you guys. So yeah, that's all. I love you. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.